Despite a run of games unbeaten since the last episode, a couple of draws means we cannot win the title, but the top two playoff places are still up for grabs. Of course, that means one less playoff game. Can we go get them? We've got a couple of important games coming up today. The end of the season happens right now. Welcome back to Buxton 2.0. So since we were last here, you can see we have been unbeaten. We beat Leyton Orient 2-1, Norris and Stewart scoring in this one after nearly red card for Charlie Williams. George Allen scored a 90th minute goal, but not enough to get Leyton Orient back into the game. We then beat bottom of the league, Dagenham Redbridge 1-0, Norris again scoring in this game. Before a couple of draws, 2-2 against Southend and 1-1 against Oldham. Both teams that open around us. 2 from Bell for us, 2 for Will Swan for Southend. And then Bell scored against Oldham to equalise after McGarry put Oldham 1-0 up. And last time out, we beat Eastleigh 3-0. Stewart, Alcock and Blasic scoring in this one. And you can see, league table-wise, we're in 5th place. We're not guaranteed playoffs yet, but a win, one win is all we need. We will seal playoffs. Torquay have already won the league, so they don't really have any pressure on the last 3 games. You still have a game in hand against Rochdale to play. But yeah, hopefully they can maybe rotate a little bit against us. Exeter have been guaranteed playoff places, but we are only 2 points behind Exeter and Solihull Moors. Like we say, the bottom 4 here, so 4th down to 7th going into that first round of playoffs. 2nd and 3rd get a bye. It's NFL style now in the National League. But yeah, we are going to play Torquay in this first game. Hopefully seal ourselves a playoff place, and we got Roberts in goal, Stevenson, Appiah, Mallon and Monroe as the back 4, McConnell, Blasic, Alcock and Norris, Bell and Stewart. So you can see there's no Hanks, we've got no Hughes on the bench. A couple of players that have decided they are not going to be here at the end of their contract, so they've been relegated to the under 18s. We're going to be playing players that are going to be here, and I'm not in the business for improving players for other teams if I'm not getting money for them. So they've been dropped, and this is a team that we're going with. And we are going to tell them that everyone expects us to lose, and there's no pressure, which hasn't really done anything to the teams. Torquay in great form, they've won the last 4, won the beat in the last 5 as well. And of course, we come in unbeaten in our last 5, 3 wins, 2 draws in our 4-4-2. Torquay, like we say, have already won the league title this season. So they have absolutely nothing to play for. Dagenham and Redbridge have been relegated, Exeter guaranteed playoff places. But if we can get a victory here today, not only would it be a major boost in terms of momentum and morale, but it'll be a great step towards sealing a top 2 playoff place. McConnell, Blasic, Appiah, Mallon, Appiah, Monroe, knocking it round us but not really getting anywhere. Back to Appiah, Stevenson knocks one forward for Bell. It's fallen to McConnell, into Bell. And Sam Bell has given us the lead. Just 3 minutes into this game from a corner, the keeper punch. And we kept it alive, we worked it well, admittedly going backwards. But then Stevenson just knocked one over the top. Bell didn't win the header, Morris did. It falls to McConnell, instead of shooting, just plays a little through ball to find Bell, who finds the back of the net and gives us a very, very early lead in this game. And it's about as good of a start as you can ask for. Norris now with a free kick, floats one in instead of shooting. It's headed clear. Thomas potentially counter-attack, but Alcock wins the ball. Appiah. Back to Stevenson. Blasic. Back to Appiah. He looks over the top once again for McConnell. And it's a very high line to it's offside. Clearly ahead of the ball there. But it is a very high line from Torquay, and we are finding ourselves getting in behind quite often. Stewart did not need to be offside there. All he had to do was just hold his run a little touch, and he was still scoring regardless. But that is, a chance to exploit there with how high Torquay are playing. Stevenson to Bell. Plays to Alcock and now Blasic. Finds Bell once again. Crosses. McConnell doesn't get there. Alcock is bouncing around everywhere and it's gone past the keeper, but Morris does clear. Monroe to Blazic. Alcock, Stevenson now. Can he hit one? He does, but it's well and truly over. And it's just a bit scrappy in the penalty area then. A couple of players getting in each other's way. I think it was Stewart and Alcock both going for that same ball, and it does end up getting cleared. But we are showing that we are well and truly in this game. Perhaps Torquay, they've won the league, it's all sealed up. Perhaps their heads are elsewhere. They're already thinking of Football League. Blazic clears the forward towards Bell, but it's intercepted. Norris can't get there. Thomas to Eardley, and now Murphy across to Morris. Knocking it between the back line here. And now clears downfield towards Jarvis. Harris out to Tambling. Blazic steps in there to win it. Bell to McConnell, dispossessed by Morris. Murphy, back to Morris. We need to look at targeting Morris as well here. Jarvis. Morris tries to find Tambling. In towards Jarvis, but Appiah wins the header. Bell knocks it down for Alcock. There's runners going forward, and one of them is Stewart, and we've caught them out again. Stewart's hit one, and Leighton Stewart makes it 2-0. And I just want to add focus down the right. We want to try and get at their left back who is on that booking. It's a great ball, and once again, that high line for Torquay caught out. Bell to Alcock, couple of touches, and just looks over the top. Stewart's turn of pace, gets in there, and it's first time volley from the edge of the area into the back of the net. We have a 2-0 lead against league champions Torquay. Do we actually make it a bit more direct as well? Should we? We'll try and look over the top, try and catch them out here. We've limited them to 3 shots as well, for just a 1 on target. So it's been a very, very good half of football for us. I'm going to tell them that they're doing brilliantly. Keep going. We don't need to try and upset anyone. Keep praising them. Keep building. 2 changes made at half-time for Torquay as well. I think that says a lot. And the final one has been made as well. So all 3 changes made by Torquay. Solihull Moors are winning 2-0 in their game. Thomas looks to bring it forward. In for Harris. And Harris blazes pretty wide. They're not great effort. We're going to go cautious. We don't really have any need to be pushing forward at this point. And with just over 20 minutes to go, Mallon is going to come off for Pepper. And Monroe off for Dixon on that left-hand side. And Blazic can come off for Toraj as well. So we're going to make all 3 changes there. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be a very, very comfortable game. And we are going to take that momentum going forward. This will seal a playoff place. But I believe every team ahead of us, Oldham, Solihull Moors and Exeter, are all winning as well. Free kick from the edge of the D here. Stevenson to take. Can he find the back of the net? He hits one and it's just over. Just over. And I thought when the net rippled that we had scored. Roberts short with a goal kick to Pepper. He looks forward towards Bell, but Murphy volleys straight back towards a goal, which Roberts claims. And clears downfield, and Bell could be in. And we have been given a penalty for Murphy fouling Bell, which I think looked just outside the area. But the referee has given the penalty. Norris to step up and make it 3-0, and he does make it 3-0. James Norris with his 11th goal of the season, not bad for a guy who started the season as a left back, and he's in fact obviously playing at left back now. Most of them, yes, have been penalties, but it's nice to have a very good penalty taker that scores more often than not. We are taking all 3 points and all 3 goals from this game, and yeah, a bunch of momentum. Torquay will lift the National League trophy here at home. Their first home game since sealing the title. So well done to Torquay for winning the league. We will go into the dressing room and just tell them that was absolutely superb, because it was superb. As poor as Torquay were, we were solid. We really were solid. Solihull Moors did win 4-2. Exeter won 1-0 against Gillingham. And Oldham, where are they? Won 2-0 against Dagenham and Redbridge. Rochdale below us also got the victory, and Gillingham obviously lost against Exeter, but playoff teams are now sealed. It'll be Exeter, Solihull Moors, Oldham, ourselves, Rochdale and Gillingham. Just which did it finish in? Gillingham are more than likely been in that 7th place. But any one of these 5 could get that bye in that first round, and that is what we're going to aim to do when we play Scunthorpe in a week's time. So for our final game of the season, this is the team that we're going with. Roberts, Stevenson, Apai, Brisley, Monroe, McConnell, Blasic, Alcott, Norris, Bell and Stewart. This is probably going to be Brisley's last game before he retires. I don't think we'll be using him in the playoffs regardless, unless we really have to, just defensive injuries. So we brought him in to give him one final farewell to the Buxton crowd, basically. He's struggling for match sharpness because he hasn't played too much this season. I think it'd be nice for him to say his farewells. Hopefully put in a decent performance against already relegated Scunthorpe. Let's go and show them why we're in good form. They are not. Of course, we have our 4-4-2. We already know we're unbeaten in our last 5. Actually runs to our last 7 now, I do believe. We're unbeaten in Scunthorpe. 5 defeats. They're playing a 4-3-3 formation with that defensive midfielder. You can see they're in 23rd, already relegated. We're in 6th place, already in the playoffs. Rochdale have moved up into 2nd place because they beat Torquay as well in their game in hand. So we've got a lot of work to do if we do want to get that bye. But just the fact that we're in the playoffs regardless is good enough for me, considering we were only expected to avoid relegation. Apaya with the free kick short to Blasic. Stevenson back to Apaya. He looks forward towards Stewart. Doesn't win the header, but Blasic does. Alcock. McConnell space. Good first touch. Pulls it across, and it's scrappy and cleared against each other. I think it hit Monroe in the end. These colours are a bit of a clash, really. They're not easy to see. But it bounced around a few people and eventually ended up in the arms. Goalkeeper Exeter are winning in their game early on. Free kick to be delivered by Scunthorpe. Keeler Dunn towards the back post. Beats Brisley, and O'Malley has put the underdogs ahead in Scunthorpe. And we are going to demand more here. We're going to go attacking. Because, you know, we could do for win just for morale and momentum purposes. In fact, it was Brisley's touch off his chest, went straight to Mustato. Yeah, mistake by Brisley, really. He's gone down to a 6.1 average rating. Probably shows why it is right that he's retiring. You can see we are being completely dominated in this game. We are going to berate them, see if that can wake them up a little bit. Ball cleared downfield, Lofthouse to Tavernier. Brooks now on this near side to O'Malley. Blasic brings him down. Advantage is played. Keeler Dunn finds Lofthouse back to Parkinson. Keeler Dunn isn't going to get there. Roberts will. Rolls it out to a Apaya. Takes his time. Finds McConnell. Blasic. Stevenson now. Right back. On a booking. McConnell to Bell. Dispossessed by Brooks. Palmer picks it up. Bell wins it back though. No, he doesn't. Tavernier Brooks finds O'Malley. Stevenson dives in. Needs to be careful on that booking. O'Malley has space now. Blasic covers. Finds Bell. It's getting a bit scrappy. This is a man in the middle. Find it. It's Stewart. It's a lovely goal. The flag has stayed down. And we are back on level peggings here. No, the flag has gone up. Okay. He ran quite a distance back. He's tight, but he is just offside. And similarly to last time out, he doesn't need to be offside. We are going to thrash our arms. Tell them to get their acts together. Brisley is going to come off. That is going to be the end of his game. And Stewart's actually going to come off for Dixon because he is not playing very well either. So a couple of changes. That is probably Brisley's career done at Buxton and probably his professional career done. Anyway, if he's going to retire at the end of the season. Yeah, this has just not been a good performance for us. And it does look like we are going to go into the playoffs on the back of defeat against already relegated Scunthorpe. They have absolutely nothing to play for. I suppose neither do we at this stage, but we're just not playing up to our position. McConnell Knocks one forward. Belly's offside. And yeah, statistically, it's not a great look for us, really. Free kick from Brooks. Plays it to Backinson. Tries to find Lofthouse, but Norris wins the header. Lofthouse now, though, just runs past 3 players. What is this? Bell is going to go off for Turner Cook. We could have replaced any number of players, really. It's been such a poor performance. I'd love to know what's changed in a week after beating Torquay 3-0, but this has not been good enough. Apaya looks forward. Turner Cook is not going to get anywhere near that. Taverniers clearance only to McConnell, though. Stevenson knocks one forward for Turner Cook, who's fouled. It is a penalty. We have a chance for an equaliser. The commentary down at the bottom is saying that's a dive by Turner Cook. It did look like he was tripped. Norris steps up. He doesn't miss. And he doesn't miss here. It is 1-1. That's his 12th for the season. And we're back on level peggings. Can we find a late winner? An undeserved late winner, we should add. Very undeserved late winner. Good penalty once again into that bottom corner. We want to throw out some encouragement now. We're up into 5th place as it stands. But a winner would not see us in the top 2 spots anyway. And it is going to be a draw. And I'm going to tell them I'm not happy with that at all. And we are going to let a couple of these players know about it. Anyone under a 6.5 is going to be told that I'm not happy with their performance. There we go. Norris, McConnell and Apaya, though. You've done well. Well done, lads. And yeah, it's a draw to end our season off. It's not great, is it? But we move up into 5th place, which means we will get a home game in that first round of the playoff, which I believe is against Solihull Moors. It is indeed. So that will be Friday's episode. It will be the playoffs. It might be the one game. It could be all 3. You will find out on Friday. Thank you very much for watching once again. I'll see you then for the crucial playoffs. Bye-bye.